So sitting here reflecting kind of on my day and heck, even on my life. And I got to thinking, there's a lot of people in my real estate world that don't know anything about me or who I am or what made me who I am. So I thought I'd go back to about the age of 18 when I became a volunteer firefighter. And before that, at 16, I'd been an Explorer Post member, part of the Boy Scouts, working not really on a merit badge or anything like that, but we had an Explorer Post attached to the local fire department. And I knew some of the older boys, young men as they turned out to be, who were on there. And I kind of looked up to them and went, hey, I'd like to do that too. So hanging out around the fire station about 15 and a half, and they said, yeah, come back when you're 16. So I'd pop back in out every so often in between 15 and a half and 16. And at 16, I became an Explorer. I'll never forget on my very first Explorer training session, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks into being on there, we've been on a training mission at the north end of town with some of the rural fire trucks, like the second in line city fire engine and the aerial ladder, the 100-foot aerial ladder, which was a pretty big long truck. And it was time to take the rigs back to the station, and the leader of the Explorers said, hey, you ever driven a fire truck before? And I go, oh, no, sir, I haven't. He goes, good. Get in the front seat of this one. And he's pointing at the big old aerial truck. And I'm like, I don't know. I've never driven anything this big before. He goes, you can do it. And so we drive. We're about a mile north of the fire station. It's a straight shot down. And then there's a left turn back into the fire station, a block from the fire station. And there are cars parked on both sides of the street. And I will never forget old Lundy sitting in the passenger seat going, come on, turn that wheel, turn. And away we went around that corner, that big old truck, that big old long truck, front turn tires and one set of dualies on the back. And we turned that corner and I downshifted and I made a right turn into the parking lot and backed that thing up into the fire station. One big nervous, I don't know, you want to talk about nerves or balls, I don't know, just, the stomach was tied in knots. That's what I'm really trying to say. So that was back in the day. Those were some of my earlier years. So I went from the Cub Scouts to the Boy Scouts into the Explorer Post, and then finally volunteer firefighter. And I got myself a job shortly after that as a firefighter EMT, and had a wonderful time. And then my allergies, believe it or not, took me out of commission as the city and the county were looking to merge resources into one department. And that took me into the next chapter of my life. And I'll talk about that in a future video. But tonight is get to know your real estate agent and part of what forms the man and makes him who he is. Take care and have a good night. I'm Chris Knorr, hopefully your favorite real estate agent. We'll talk to you soon.